Factsverse presents Navy confused by large mass in water, but moment they recognize it, they all jump overboard. Maybe Cthulhu is real? Well, I guess we'll find out in just a moment. First, though, help us spread the word about Factsverse by clicking that like button. And also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. That way you don't miss our future videos. Ah, life on the sea. It sounds romantic, but in reality, it can be boring. In many cases, you just sit on the water for days at a time, see the same sights, the same sounds. Hey, look over there! It's more water. I spy something liquid. Ask any ship captain, life on the sea can be monotonous. While most days on the sea are typical, there are times when the unexpected happens. Members of Sri Lanka's naval team, they witness this firsthand. The job of the Sri Lanka naval team is to make sure the waters are safe. They patrol the waters looking for people in distress or people looking to cause distress for others. There was a day when the naval team was in a ship about 10 miles off the coast when they noticed something peculiar in the water. The waters were deep and cold, so they assumed that it was an object that had fallen overboard. When they got closer, they were shocked by what they saw. It was an elephant! The naval officers, they didn't trust their eyesight at first, and I don't blame them. I don't think I could. They'd never seen an elephant in the water, especially that far out. Whales, sure. Sharks, yeah. Squids, Elephants, no. Since elephants are not normally seafaring creatures, it was a very bizarre discovery. The naval team assumed the elephant had been trying to cross a lagoon when the water began to rush in quickly. They believe the elephant may have been swept up in the water and then carried out to sea. Well, fortunately, believe it or not, elephants are actually pretty good swimmers. You wouldn't think so by the way they look. They have large buoyant bodies, though, and that helps them float. They also have long trunks, and that acts as a snorkel. That's how the elephant was able to survive that long in the water before the Navy came upon him. Although the elephant was a good swimmer, he was getting tired, and the naval crew they didn't know how long this elephant had been floating in the water before they got there, but they could tell he was pretty worn out and distressed. They knew they had to do something. The naval team, they saw the size of this elephant and realized it was going to need some help, and they were going to need some help in getting to it. So they quickly called for assistance. They started calling the elephant Jumbo, and they knew that it needed help immediately, and it wouldn't be long before this elephant would become too weak to swim on his own. They decided to call in some additional ships as well as the wildlife department. They thought that it'd be good to have some animal experts nearby just in case there was an emergency with Jumbo. When the second naval ship and members of the wildlife team arrived, they put their heads together and concocted a plan. They knew how they were going to save Jumbo. Since the elephant was far too massive to just pull on board any of the ships, they were going to need to tow him back to shallow water. Well, they knew this was going to take a while because by the time the rescue mission began, Jumbo had drifted even further out to sea. He was much further than 10 miles out to sea by now. Since he was a living creature who needed to stay above water to breathe, they had to tow him slowly. The rescue team knew this was going to be a long, drawn-out process, but that was the only way they were going to get Jumbo back safely to dry land. The crew slowly towed Jumbo all day long. He did his best to keep his trunk out of the water from time to time to get the air he needed. They could tell he was becoming more and more fatigued, even when being towed and not having to swim on his own. But they would not give up on Jumbo, and as it got dark, the rescue continued. Finally, after towing Jumbo, the crew got him to safety. He was exhausted, but they got him to the point that he was close enough to the lagoon and in shallow water that he could walk the rest of the way. They knew once he found a safe place on dry land, he would likely be asleep for hours. Well, when asked about the rescue, a member of the naval team said it was lucky they happened to be on a mission in that part of the ocean at that time of the day. They say that their missions take them to various areas of the Indian Ocean, and they just happened to be in the precise area where the elephant was struggling to stay alive. They say it was indeed a case of being in the right place at the right time. If you want to see Jumbo being rescued, you can watch the video. The PBS news station heard about this amazing rescue and they did a report on it. They even managed to get some footage of the rescue itself. Everybody involved in saving Jumbo should be very proud of themselves. And you don't have to worry about being taken for granted because, as you know, elephants never forget. Subscribe for more.